Starting a route you've never done before comes with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. We had seen some traffic on the gravel road leading to the trailhead, but didn't know what people were up to. It turns out many were kite skiing on the Spray Lakes, a little too dangerous for us. The first part of the route was up through a snow-filled forest, which made for enjoyable snowshoeing. Once we left the woods and started up the open ridge, we had to pay attention to hazards like snow cornices and avalanche slopes, and not the gorgeous views, of which there were plenty. In places there was a lot of snow to deal with, and sometimes there was just a little. The trick with cornices is to stay far away from the edge as possible and as close to features like rocks and trees. You never know how big cornices can be. Side hilling is when you angle across a steep slope without benefit of a trail. We did a lot of this today. And a lot of going straight up as well. At this point, we've left our snowshoes behind, and you can see why. Down on the left, you can see the tracks we put down moments ago to get way up here. Ahead is a crux, not far from the summit, that we had not heard of in the many trip reports we had studied. A deep gully had filled with snow and looked a bit like a cornice. Starting from some solid rock, we crossed the snow, staying far from the edge, just to be sure. From there, the undulating ridge followed the same pattern, with alternating sections of deeper snow and places where the rocks were sticking out. After 4 hours of battling the tricky terrain, we finally made it to the summit and the best views of the day. I didn't know Larry had brought his drum kit with. So now we are both on the summit and have really earned a break and the right to enjoy the gorgeous vistas and spectacular sandwiches. Having needed so much time to get to the top, we couldn't dally too long there, and started the slightly arduous descent, retracing our steps across the snow-filled gully, first Larry, then me. Not long after, we had to climb back up a short cliff band, which we had descended on the way up to the summit. It looks more daunting than it was. So often on the downhill return, we get to enjoy the views you missed by plodding up the hill. It helps to have footprints to follow, no worries about getting lost, unless the wind has covered them over. That's Mount Sparrowhawk behind me, a summit we've done and want to do again in summer. We were thrilled to see the forest again and knew there was just a bit more enjoyable snowshoeing before we got back to the car.